When a man lacks purpose, he distracts himself with pleasure. Men's testosterone levels have been declining for a decade. A 2007 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism revealed a substantial drop in U.S. men's testosterone levels since the 1980s, with average levels declining by about 1% per year. Today's men, it seems, are less manly than ever. But why? With the lack of competitiveness in today's world of apparent toxic masculinity, the plastics found in packaged food, the instant access to porn, dating apps, social media, and entertainment, men overall have become weaker. There is no clear direction, no immediate war to fight, and no reason to go out into the world and slay the dragon. Why bother when you could slay that dragon virtually through video games, all in the comfort of your parents' house? But what's wrong with living with my parents? Today's economy and inflation have made it near impossible to move out, because it's what living at home with your parents symbolizes: failure to take off, to leave the nest, to become fully independent, and actualize the potential you have as a man. The masculine attributes, aside from making moving out your top priority, remind yourself to live by your masculine attributes. Courage. Stand head-on with your fears and move through them. Get back up when knocked down. This is why men often like movie scenes in which the protagonist repeatedly gets up after being knocked down. There is something innate in you that relates to and respects this. Mastery. Develop your skills, specifically with your hands. Is it any wonder why women find men who possess practical DIY skills attractive? Strength. Back in tribal times, physical strength meant you could carry more resources, making you of great value to the tribe as a whole. It's no coincidence that strength is a key characteristic of your stereotypical masculine man. Self-improvement. Men are made, women are born. Men have to master things, women get free rides. Don't get angry at women for having it easy. Women can't afford to spend years on mastery because their fertility declines rapidly after the age of 25. Men are equipped with the necessary raw material to achieve mastery, but it's up to the man himself to process the raw materials to build up a great man out of himself. There's no free lunch for a man. A man who doesn't strive for mastery is bound to remain a man-child. When you begin to live by your nature truly, life becomes much clearer. You become stronger. You provide structure to society by leading, providing, and staying on your mission. Rationality. The truth is the truth whether you acknowledge it or not. If you know the truth, you can make it work for you. If you ignore the truth, it will come to bite your ass. Women can't handle the truth. That's why they are into nonsense things like astrology. Women even feel offended by the truth. Truth is often ugly, but a masculine man isn't afraid of it. If you can't handle the truth, you are a woman, not a man. Women let their emotions guide them. They can often afford to be emotional because there are always men to bail them out of trouble. You can't afford that as a man. Nobody bails a man out. A man should always strive to use his faculty of logic to guide his behaviors, or he is bound to be screwed. Men are equipped to figure out how things work. That's not done by emotion. That's done by reason, education, and objectivity. When you figure things out, it's not scary to fly an airplane or walk on the moon. Men didn't achieve these things by surrendering to their emotions. They did it by figuring out the cold, hard facts about how the world works. Self-reliance. A masculine man should always be self-reliant. Women run to other men or authorities to solve their problems, but men cannot do that. It's a strategy that works only if you are a woman. Nobody cares about the problems of men. Don't wait for the authorities or the politicians to solve your problems. Solve your problems by yourself. Avoid following leaders. A masculine man is a leader, not a follower. Self-reliance is essential for achieving independence. Women can depend on men because they are vulnerable, especially when they are pregnant or have kids to raise. But men don't have an excuse. A man always has to fend for himself. Persistence. Success is not an event. It's a process. Persistence is an absolute must to achieve success. A masculine man pushes through failures, does not give up easily, and persists until he succeeds, whereas a feminine man quits at the first sign of trouble. Women have a limited shelf life, so they can't afford to persist for years to reach their goals. Women reach their goals indirectly, through men. Men need to persist until they overcome obstacles and succeed. Remember, one success erases all the previous failures. Competition. Lots of men support sports teams because they love competition. If their favorite sports team wins, they derive pleasure as if they won a victory by themselves. Women can fake supporting sports teams or video game addiction, but it's not real. They don't give a damn about sports or video games. They do it to attract the attention of men. Supporting sports teams or playing video games are great ways for a man to waste his masculine potential. He is squandering his innate desire to compete and win. with virtual preoccupations which don't have any tangible real-life benefits. A masculine man channels his need to compete and win to real-life activities which have net positive benefits to enhance his well-being.